We all get emotionally attached to things, and as a person with autism, I particularly strongly get attached to very niche subjects that no one else would know, because I love the story behind it, I love the struggle and the passion behind them. And this isn't just exclusive to autistic people, of course, but I feel like we engage with the subject matter that we love with even more passion, slightly more, because I'm one of the most passionate people you will ever meet about the things I love. However, emotional attachment can get you stuck in the mud. It can get you in properly bad situations if you surround yourself with the wrong people. If you get emotionally attached to a toxic boyfriend or girlfriend, for example, they can influence you, manipulate you, and make you act in a certain way that makes you turn away the rest of your friends, the ones who were good for you, just for your partner. And it can ruin a lot of relationships in your life. On a smaller scale, you could relate this to influencers. There are some influencers like, the really bad ones like Logan Paul and back in the day Rice Gum, who used to tell their audiences to buy this product and scam them. But because a lot of people are emotionally invested in them, they do whatever they say, and it causes them to make the wrong decisions, invest in their business ventures when the creators themselves don't care at all about them. As a person with autism, my sensory overload has sometimes got myself emotionally attached to certain bad instances. It's always stronger when it's a bad instance, unfortunately. It's more trauma related, and trauma hits deeper than those happy moments. Back when I was in school, I got emotionally attached to some friends, I called them. We were only interacting on a very surface level. We would go outside and play patball in the playground. But it wasn't a fulfilling friendship. We didn't get anything out of our friendships, except for the enjoyment of playing patball. We weren't there for each other. We weren't emotionally supportive of each other. We were just there to play. And these people were very judgmental towards some people, maybe the less popular ones. It was quite unfair how they would treat some of them. But I was here because I wanted a bit of that popularity for myself. I'd only been friends with the less popular nerdy kids by this point. It was quite reflective of my social media usage. I wanted to get involved in the social drama, which is a topic I talked about in my last video. So how did emotional attachment get me into worse places? Well, as I explained before, people influence you when you are attached to them. You copy what they do, and you naturally face the same problems that they do because you're carrying life out in a similar way to them. So you've got to ask yourself, are these the problems I want in life? Because you choose your life path, and with that life path comes problems. Every single life path has got problems. You take on a CEO job, if you're lucky enough, you have to take on the problems of the company. If you choose the life path of an investment banker, you choose the problems of having little sleep, doing so much work for investment banking. And if you choose to play video games all day as a lazy teenager like I used to, then you choose the problems of feeling inadequate, feeling like you're not achieving something, like there's some work you should be doing, a passion you should be pursuing, some studying you need to be doing, but you haven't done it, so you feel like you could have done a lot more. So whether your life path is ambitious or not, you have problems, and you need to realize that. And ultimately, I think this emotional attachment stems from an innate trauma where people want to be realized, they want to have attention on them. And fundamentally, I think people feel emotionally attached to bad people because they follow popularity and attention. Some people are attention starved. It's not their fault. It's the way they were interacting with their parents when they were younger. Perhaps their parents were away, traveling abroad a lot. Perhaps they were working a lot. And this causes some children to become more prone to being emotionally attached to the wrong people because they provide them with fake attention, which I call the attention that you receive from popularity and social drama, which isn't good for you. It's not a healthy attention. Unhealthy attention is a better term than fake attention. And whether you crave healthy attention or unhealthy attention isn't really up to you. It's more reflective of the interactions you had as a child, and it usually stems from trauma associated with a lack of help in your darkest hours. Let's say when you really needed your mum the most. You may have been ill and she may have been in another country, unable to be by your side when you needed her the most. It's small seeds planted in the past like that flourish into trauma when you're an adult. It's actually crazy how it works. That's just one little example. That's not applicable to everyone, but think about the web of life and how it was formed. It all started back in your childhood. And ultimately, I think that's where my emotional attachment trauma comes into fruition, in moments where I am unable to cope with my surroundings. It could be my autism. I just can't cope sometimes when things aren't going my way. I get too emotionally attached to the cause. One time I was working and I got taken off my role last minute. I felt betrayed because I felt emotionally attached to the role, and that my managers had betrayed me or something. They hadn't, but it really put me off because due to my sensory overload, I got attached to them and I thought they would never do that to me. It all comes full circle when you think about the psychology of it all. And this may have invoked a similar story within you, where you felt like, oh, yes, that really did affect me when I was younger. Is that why I crave unhealthy attention now? Is that why I get emotionally attached to the wrong people? You've really got to ask yourself that question because it's very applicable to how you carry out your life, your self-development journey, the way you develop your relationships, who you develop your relationships with. These past experiences and traumas shape the way you make decisions in life, and you've got to be aware of them if you want to make the correct decisions for you. You can't get emotionally attached to the wrong people. That could have dire consequences for your mental health in the future. You've got to evaluate your situation before you head into it. Therefore, you must reflect on your past, which may be tough, but it will be worth it. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you learned something from that, and please share your experiences in the comments below. Take care, and see you in the next video.